Speaking of holding hearts, and we did a show yesterday, Oprah, on best friends and how meaningful they are to us. And I think the last 24 hours for your best friend have been pretty difficult after that interview with Lisa Leslie about Kobe. And I just wondered just how she's doing.
She is not doing well. May I say she is not? She is not doing well because she has now death threats and has to now travel with security. And she's feeling very much attacked. You know, Bill Cosby is texting from tweeting from jail, and she's not doing well, and feels that she was put in a really terrible position because that interview had already ran.
It was over.
And in the context of the interview, everyone seemed fine, including Lisa Leslie. And it was only because somebody at the network put up that clip, and I can see how people would obviously be very upset if you thought that Gayle was just trying to press to get an answer from Lisa Leslie. But she obviously, all things pass. She will be okay. But she hasn't slept in 2 days.
What do you think about all that criticism?
I think the vitriol is, I think anybody can criticize anything, but the misogynist vitriol and the attacking to the point where it is dangerous to be in the streets alone, because it's not just the people who are attacking, it's the other people who take that message and feel like they can do whatever they want to because of it, you know?
Sources say CBS failed by not protecting its undisputed star of the morning show. They should have realized the promo, out of context, would subject Gayle to great criticism.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there because I didn't know it was going to segue into that little automated message there at the end. But did y'all hear the pathetic ass interference that Okra, the Mammy Supreme Wig Free, ran for her friend? And we're going to put that in quotations, her friend. We're going to put a little asterisk next to it, her friend, Gayle King. And she tried to produce tears. She tried to produce them white woman tears. She said, "They heard it." So, because she had to pat her chest. You heard the mic. Because they're talking about my friend. They're giving her death threats. She can't walk into the street. Shut the fuck up with them fake ass tears. We don't give a damn about that. Gayle King knew exactly what the hell she was doing, and she got exactly what the hell she deserved. Up there trying to say that the network did, and now Oprah is running that whole thing that the network did this and all types of things. If what a network sabotaged her so bad, then then maybe she needs to separate from the network. How about that? But she ain't about to separate from that check. Especially since she got that increase in that pay raise last year after what she did to R. Kelly, humiliating him live on television or whenever it was recorded, if it was recorded. But did you hear the part where she said Bill Cosby is tweeting from jail? That's how she said it. Bill Cosby is tweeting from jail. Hold on, let me see if I can make my voice a little bit lower and husky. You're like Oprah. Bill Cosby is tweeting from jail. Because she got that little husk in her voice. Like she got extra layers on top of her vocal cords. She made sure to emphasize that Bill Cosby was tweeting from jail, in which he was, or someone was tweeting for him from his main account. And I think he was talking to Snoop. And notice that was a subliminal jab that she threw to Snoop, because Snoop was the one, even though a lot of people went at Gayle King, it was Snoop's message that I think hit the hardest. Like his hit hard. Like if y'all haven't gotten a chance to listen to what Snoop said, go ahead and say it. He didn't hold back. Some people were being, I'm not going to say PC about it, but he was being non-politically correct about it. He was knee deep in his duffel when he said what he said. And I'm sorry, but I can't even be upset because it's a very emotional thing right now. A lot of people loved Kobe Bryant. A lot of people had personal relationships with this guy that had nothing to do with basketball. But more so, it was just the lack of respect that dripped off of Gayle King when she was asking Lisa Leslie those questions, and she's not trying to take any type of accountability for her actions. In true flightless fleet formation, you had her partner in crime, Okra, the Mammy Supreme Wigfrey, come and run interference for her, just like we kind of knew she would. And see, birds of a feather flock together, but these birds are flightless, so they can't really flock. Well, they can't really fly together, so they just kind of squawk together. They got a henpeck, because Okra has done the same thing over the years to other black men, whether directly or indirectly, and then try to mask it as journalism. We got to ask the hard-hitting questions. It's funny, you know how to ask those hard-hitting questions to black men in particular, or to someone closely related to, whether blood related or not, about a black man. But when it comes to those white men, you're quiet. You don't even ask hard-hitting questions. You ask soft-hitting questions. I got a question for you, Okra. We know what happened with John of God. I just recently did a video about him a couple weeks ago about his sentencing. How come you have not one time said anything about him? Truth be told, a lot of people don't even know who the hell John of God is until, and I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'm going to toot a little bit toot. Some people came to my channel and that's how they found out who he was. But you didn't talk about him. Gayle King, Charlie Rose, we're going to keep bringing his name up, because we know what you said when it comes to pertaining to him. But you tried to keep that under wraps. And y'all see where it says right there, leave Gayle alone. Sorry, Okra. Sorry, Gayle. We will not leave you alone. We've been leaving you two alone for too long. Way too long. You have shown your natural asses, and now we are about to unleash fire and hell upon your lives until we get tired. Because as a collective, we have all been tired of you. Like I said, I always say the story. It was a girl I went to college with. She used to always tell me she could not stand Oprah. I never understood it then. But now if I was to see her, I'd be like, so-and-so, remember when you told me in college that you didn't like Okra? Now I see why you said that. She saw that back then. And I went to college from the years of 2007 to 2011. And I believe she told me this maybe somewhere around 08, 09. So she knew that. Now this was another black woman that told me this or knew about this, but I never thought to ask her why she never liked her. All I said was, wow, that's shocking, because usually every black woman that I've come across likes Oprah. But I'm glad that a lot of them are starting to figure out how she gets down and who she is, as well as her sidekick. So no, Okra, we will not leave Gayle alone, and we hot on your ass too. We not going to leave you alone either. Because see, we don't have the power to remove you from certain positions of quote unquote power that you've been placed upon on these pedestals. We don't have that kind of legwork. If we did, you would have been removed from those positions a long time ago. We have to leave that up to the quote unquote powers that be. They're the only ones that can do that. But you will be hearing our mouths for a while. The worst thing that could have happened to Gayle King right now is the untimely passing of Kobe Bryant. Why? Because with this and all of the stuff that happened with, with all of this and the questions that she asks, I hope to God that Gayle King doesn't recover from this. I personally believe that she should have got with the R. Kelly thing, but see, his stuff was too shaky. It was too much of a gray area, so you couldn't really get him with anything. But Kobe Bryant, that was the kicker. More so because the man just died 2 weeks ago. Over 2 weeks ago. And she, like many others, could not wait to dig their claws into this. And like I said, it all goes back to her lacking the accountability and standing firm in her shit when she was the one that asked the questions. It doesn't matter what the network did or did not do. The fact of the matter is, you asked the questions. You asked the questions. If you knew the network would chop up that interview, you would have been careful as a woman who has been in journalism for years and a professional, quote unquote, and I use that term loosely, to not get yourself caught up in no bullshit like that. But you couldn't, and you didn't. That was very lackluster on your part. And the thing is, you've worked for CBS for how long now? And you've done how many interviews? And they've always chopped up those interviews you've done before with people. Even when you did that interview with Weinstein's lawyer, they chopped that up too. So don't sit up there and act like you would not have known what they were going to do. At the end of the day, at the end of the goddamn day, Gayle King, you asked the questions that you wanted to ask. And the only reason you're upset right now, and it's not even have anything to do with the network, is because the parts that got out there is the ones you was hoping that people would not see. It's not like people wouldn't have seen it later, because I believe the whole interview was out there. I was watching Lovely T the other day, and she said she watched the whole interview and it was about 5 minutes long. And the clips that we saw was only a minute. So you gotta think to yourself, if the whole thing is about 5, maybe 6 minutes long, and we saw a whole minute clip in which the part came up that people are rightly so upset with, then how in the hell are you going to get so upset with the network known as CBS chopping up so-called images or edits, I should say, when it was only one goddamn minute out of a 5 to 6 minute quote-unquote interview that looked more like an interrogation? How are you going to get mad at that? You made it seem like it was a damn near half an hour interview, and that's the one part that they took out. Kiss my ass. Both you, Gayle King, and you, Okra, the Mammy Supreme Wig Free. These two right here are leading the fleet and flock of flightless crew committee. These two right here, with their dirty claws and their dirty talons and their shaven backs and everywhere else in between. The world has now seen you for who you are. You are both now put onto the grand stage. And finally, that veil has been lifted. That mask has been removed. And we see you for who the hell you are. A bunch of traitorous, treasonous bitches. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter if you haven't done so already. Have your notifications turned on, and I will talk to you in the next one.